Now, Carla, this is where your expertise comes in. And how does food play such a vital role in creating this fuel that our body needs and needs to break down?
Yeah. So basically, when we look at all foods, they're mainly made up of carbohydrates, protein, fats. Those are what we call macronutrients, and those are the building blocks for our life, for fueling life in general. And looking specifically at diabetes, or what Louis already explained, how it turns into energy, all carbohydrates, whether they're good or bad in your list, all of them turn into sugar at some point, or glucose as we know them in the blood. And that's where the pancreas comes in, and it releases insulin in response to the amount and basically the amount and the type of carbohydrate that we're consuming. So if we're, for example, drinking a glass of orange juice, it's going to release a lot of glucose at once to bring that blood sugar down.
Right.
If we're eating something like an orange that has a little bit more fiber, and we'll go into more detail, it might not release as much. Or if we're eating a balanced meal, say with rice and a little bit of protein, some chicken, and then some vegetables, the non-starchy vegetables, then that blood sugar spike is gonna be blunted or reduced. And that's what we want, is a moderate release of blood sugar.
And we do have a chart that shows the effects of carbs on our blood sugar levels. And I see the red and the yellow here. Carla, yes. Can you explain what's going on here?
So I love this graph. It's very, very simple, and I can use it for so many different foods in general. But as you can see, the red graph in there, it's something that we're looking to avoid. When you look at the x-axis in there, the time in hours, that's about the amount of time that it takes for us to digest food. So about 2 hours from the moment we sit down to the moment that that food is digested. And so what we are looking for is to consume a meal or a food that gives us a response, a response like in the yellow curve that we see, where the blood sugar doesn't spike up as high, it's more sustained, more balanced, and then it comes down within the 2 hours, versus something like the red curve that comes down quickly. And that's basically the crash. That's basically, if I was to say I'm drinking a soda, for example, I have a lot of energy, very high, very fast. The pancreas has to rush up to meet that demand, and then it'll bring it back down. And this constant spike up and crashing over the years, this is what can lead to pre-diabetes, diabetes, and so on.